Well, first of all, one of if you sit back, and Nigel, you're a student of this process, you like to watch it, and it's always this comparison with Washington. And one of the ironies is that Oregon became a state 30 years before Washington did. Washington didn't become a state in 1889. And you look at it, and the different values in the development of the two states, and the one I always use is higher education. I mean, Washington has always put that as the #1 issue. Now, you want to ask, what is the difference? Well, one of the differences is that I think Washington was a much more cosmopolitan state. Even though it has a footprint like Oregon, it had Seattle. It had a huge port on the ocean off of the Sound. For right or wrong, it put its major university in its major city. And we put ours 120 miles away. And secondly, I think that what you had is Washington's economy developed had a much broader economic base than Oregon's did, because Oregon was basically a natural resource state. It was around timber, agriculture, it was around fishing. The truth is that when the BPA came and built the dams, the aluminum industry came. It wasn't because Oregon attracted them. It was an attempt by the federal government to diversify the aluminum industry out of the TVA so they would have it in two different parts of the country and on different coasts. The second is that I think that Washington had this trade, had the development, Boeing, later Microsoft. Many people don't know, but if you look at Oregon's high-tech industry, it was Tektronix.
Yep.
It was after the war, and it was the spinoff about Winningstad with Floating Point. Those were years behind
right.
where they were in the development of a broader-based economy. And I think that one of the dilemmas we've had is that we've never had the culture of investment in higher ed, in the belief of higher education, like Washington has.